Well, Coach, congratulations on a quarterfinal victory here against Northwestern. We'll take an opening comment to start, and then we'll have questions to follow.
Thanks. I thought we had great energy from the start. The defensive mentality that we played with tonight was really good. Obviously, in the third quarter, we did some great things. I had no idea the stats on that, but I mean, as the game's going on, you're going, let's keep getting stops, and I guess we got all the stops in the third. That was a great effort. We had hands on balls. We were deflecting stuff, contesting really every shot. And we did a great job around the basket. They've got two really good players that know how to score. They're very aggressive, and we were able to we blocked a few of them, but we were just a presence and made it tough on them. And then we finished it with rebounds. The first half, I mean, they came out with a lot of energy too. They got 9 offensive rebounds. That was something we talked about at halftime, that they can't end up with 18. If they duplicate that in the second half, then good things are not going to happen. And I thought we did a good job in the second of really battling and guards getting in there and finishing plays with the boards.
Coach, I'm going to go to something you said just then. I mean, the defense was strong throughout the game, but one of the things that stood out to me too was not just getting the defensive boards, but you mentioned it, getting the hands out. And that has to be that's not something that just shows up in the postseason. That's something that you have to be working on and practicing all year long. I mean, talk about the effort that the team has put into getting their hands out in the passing lanes and denying the ball.
Yeah, we got a bunch of deflections and being able to stay in front of them was a challenge. I mean, again, 5 and 30 just do a really good job of creating shots for themselves and their teammates. And in the first half, they knocked down some threes off of that. And anytime that you're going to go get involved with maybe a dig or doubling down, you can't do it with them being able to see, because they do a really good job of passing out of the post. And I thought we got to them before they could see what was happening. We got hands on even the dribbles that were taking place on the drive, and that gets in your head, and it affects the next play, because they're sitting there thinking what's getting ready to happen, where are they coming from, and it's a huge defensive mental thing that I thought, especially the second half, we did a good job of creating, just being active.
JC, I'll go to you first then. I know that Michael had a chance to talk to you after the game was over with, but I mean, it was a very good night, not only shooting, rebounding as well, and you found a way to get through, and just quite an effort. Can you talk about the game from your perspective?
I just thought, like Coach Kirby said, we had energy from the start, and like I said before, like it really started with our practices this week and our shoot around this morning. We continually had good energy. We were encouraging each other, and it just relayed over into our game tonight.
Tricia, I don't think there was a place that you weren't on the court. I mean, offense and defense, inside, outside, you passed the ball, you stole the ball, you rebounded the ball. If they've been selling popcorn, would you have done that as well? It was a great night. Can you talk about your game?
Yes, I think it was really like a good effort, good team defense, because everything starts from defense. Then from defense we have good offense, and we have a lot of like possibilities like to make that baskets and like make basketball easier for us.
Pat, you hadn't started a game since January the 18th, and you get the opportunity tonight to start. Did that kind of get your motor running a little bit to have a great effort tonight?
Yes, that kind of helped me, but the key was just to play hard, and when all of us like give us our best, like 100% in like defense and offense, I think everything comes with that, and like I think that helps me a lot, and like I really just wanted to win for my team.
Coach, I want to ask you about the optics of this game. So you played these guys about 6 weeks ago, ended up winning that game. Playing them a couple weeks ago, lose that game. What's it like playing here at a neutral site when that first game is a home win, second game is an away loss?
Well, anybody that goes to Alva knows that it's a different animal up there. I mean, they've got usually a really good, loud, into the game crowd, which affects a lot of stuff. I mean, I feel like we do that at Rhodes too. So anytime you play on the road, if you can get a win on the road, you need to be really, really excited about that. getting on a neutral floor, and especially tournament, I mean, it just changes. It changes really all the aspects of what your head-to-head was before. People talk about, well, you've played them twice, you've beaten them twice. Is it hard to play somebody a third time? I don't know if there's a whole lot to that. There's some really good scouting reports. I know that people just know what the other team's going to do. I want to praise these guys for handling that the right way, because they run some really good stuff. I mean, they've got some back screens and some ball screens and some duck ends, and especially with their two bigs, they just run really good quick hitters and really good offensive sets. And I don't know if we got surprised by anything tonight. They still made some plays, but I don't know if they surprised us with what they were doing. And that's a great thing for this team, because we haven't been really good at that this year. And I thought we were locked in, we were focused, and it was a great team effort, like both of them said.
Patricia, since you mentioned defense, I'll ask you. I asked JC the same thing in the post-game interview. Was there a point in the third quarter where you realized the opponent had not scored? Were you keeping up with that in the third quarter? Did you even notice it?
I didn't actually even notice it, but I just noticed that like we play hard and we give like our 100%, because we were on every rebounds, on every possession, like, and just fight with them. Yeah.
Did you notice it, Coach?
I had no idea.
Okay.
Scott told me.
I wonder.
I mean, I knew we had a good half, but about halfway through the third quarter, I knew we were stopping them, but they were stopping us too.
Yeah.
We had some empty possessions in there, and we were talking about that in timeouts, but I didn't realize that we went the whole quarter without giving up a score. I'm pretty high on that. I told Scott and Billy, I said, I'm gonna have to say something positive. I don't do that very often. So nice job. Good job, Pat.
Patricia, one last thing for you. So, throwing back to the game that you played against these guys 6 weeks ago, you ended up with your season high 14 points in that game. You ended up scoring that in the third quarter, and then finished the game with 22. Is there something about this team playing against them that you find a rhythm here, or is it just how it happened to be?
I feel it's just how it happens, just like how my teammates like drive and just make me like pass the ball and just make me open the threes, or how I drive and make them open threes. I think that's how we play, like just a team effort. Like without this team, it's just not possible to do everything. Yeah.
There's nothing else, Coach. Girls, thanks and congratulations on today's win, and best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.